Showtime.
Take your best shot. That's funny. Brad, you could go ahead and start the show anytime you want now. Brad, where in the hell? Nah, I'm just kidding. What's going on, everybody? BrettMan here from Good Real Hunting. Brad is unfortunately is under the weather down, so we had to make a quick adjustment of the plan tonight. I know a lot of y'all, if y'all have not figured out from the mystery is post on Monday, that tonight we were supposed to do our top 10 best final girls of all time. That is what we were supposed to do, but I didn't want to do it without Brad, so we decided to postpone that particular stream at the moment. We will let y'all know when we'll be doing that stream, because it's definitely be one of the bigger ranking streams we have ever done on this channel. So I'm taking over, and I decided just to do a simple Q&A session, or if you are a real hunter, the perks, or excuse me, the tiers 1 through 3, you can come on here live and ask me a question if you want to do that. So let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. I'll give the Patreons a shout out, and then I'll let y'all get your questions squared away here. So let's see here. We got Lamantra. What's going on there, Lamantra? We got Atanis. What's going on there, Atanis? We got Chester's in the house. What's going on there, Chester? We got Yo Adrian, how you doing? Let's see here. Actually, let me activate that banner real quick. Let's see here. Raymond, what's going on there, Raymond? Hey, Brett and Brad. Excuse me while look for A's. Yeah, that is pretty much our tagline for this show. Absolutely. Ashton, what's going on there, buddy? Brother Fluff, holy shit, it's 93 degrees on my front porch right now. Well, Brother Fluff, if you just leave the front porch, it'll go back to regular temperature, man. You're a flamethrower. You got to remember that, Brother Fluff. But Brother Fluff, what's going on, buddy? Hopefully all is well. Rosie, my dear Rosie, where are your roses? There you are, Rosie. There are your roses. All those roses absolutely belong to you. And wow, we got 27 people just watching me go solo right now. And I got somebody in the waiting room to ask a question live on here. That can either go really good or really bad, but I know it's going to be really good. I will get them here shortly. But I just want to continue saying hi to everybody. That horror couple, Kaylee and Robbie. What's going on? How are you all doing? And just in case if you have saw this week, me and Brad released our very first episode of our new podcast, Real Talk, where we brought on that horror couple. We got to know them, and it was a phenomenal episode. So or debut episode, that is. So if you've not seen that or listened to it, you could listen to it on the YouTube channel, and it's also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and even Podbean. So that's available. But that horror couple, what's going on? Hopefully you all are doing great. Let me get that here. Let me finish with the chat here, saying my hellos. Brooke, how are you doing? Hopefully all is well. We got Blu-ray addicts in the house. What's going on there, Blu-ray? I don't want to make sure I miss anybody. Ryan, what's going on? How are you doing? We got Melissa. How are you doing? Hopefully all is well. Veronica, how are you doing? Hey there, peeps. Let's see here. We got Brandon the Beldon. What's going on, man? He hung out with me as part of his tier 3 perk with the real room. So he hung out with me before it was showtime. If you want to do that too, all that to sign up for it is in the description down below. Who else we got in here? You are just chatting up a storm, and we're one away from 30, which would be my personal record with just me by myself, with the most people watching me. So if I could get one more, I would really appreciate it. Hornhead Heather, what's going on there, Heather? How are you doing? Let's see here. Let's see. We got Robert the Wolf Man. What's going on there, Robert? How are you doing? Let's see here. Don't want to. Yes. Brad's a toughie. I'm the weakling. Brad is the strong one, so he'll be okay. He'll try to come back on Saturday. We might be doing something Saturday, but we'll be sure to let you know as soon as we're waiting to hear back on a particular thing. And we will let you all know. We got Gene. Gene, how are you doing? Hopefully all is well. Let's see here. We got Denise. Denise, what's going on? Hey, everyone. How's it going? Happy Thursday. Absolutely. It's a Thursday and we are rolling. Just want to make sure I forget anybody else. Let's see here. Davey. Davey, what's going on? How are you doing? Holly Klein, what's going on? Holly, how are you doing? Gavin, there you are, Gavin. What's going on? How are you doing, my friend? Chris from Movie Misfits. Chris, buddy, how are you doing? Hopefully all is well. Let's see here. I think I got everybody, but I'm going to double check real quick. But that horror couple, thank you so much for having us on. We had a blast hanging out with you guys. No, me and Brad had a blast hanging out with you guys. So thank you all so much for a great debut episode. Jamie, what's going on there, Jamie? How are you doing? All right, just want to make sure I miss out. I'm one of those people where I hate missing out on somebody in the chat, but I think I actually no, not yet. Destiny, how are you doing? Hopefully, all is going well in your world. Let's see here. I think okay, that's everybody. So awesome. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I am waiting on that one more person so we could get to 30 people watching me, which will be my new personal record. So before we get to the Q's and the A's, and the person that was in the lobby, if you want to come back, I'm sorry I'm taking too long because I just again never want to disrespect my chat. If you want to come back, I will bring you on here very, very shortly. But of course, I gotta say hello to the Patreons, the real hunters, the official backbone of this channel. So and see right there, the real hunters helping me out, getting 30 people watching me right now. So new individual record. Thank you all so much. But if you all want to be a real hunter, a Patreon to support the channel, the Patreon link is in the description down below. Click the link, select any tier to your heart's desire so you all could be a real hunter today. And just in case if you don't want to be a Patreon, you could also be a YouTube member as well for a YouTube membership, the hottest ticket and one of the best ways to support the channel, because this is the only one where you could be a tier 0 and earn cool badges, use awesome emojis, and much, much more to be a real hunter today. And since Brad's not here, I gotta say this part. If you don't want to do any of that bull crap, just liking the video, sharing the video, subscribing, all of that absolutely helps the channel as well. So we can beat that evil algorithm, the evilness that is the algorithm. So without further ado, all right, and Chad's here. I just saw Chad there. How are you doing, Chad? So I am done with all that. So if you all want to ask a question, or if you are a Patreon or YouTube member of the tiers 1 and up, I gave you all the link for it. If you need the link, let me know. I'll send it while we're streaming here, so you could come on and ask me a question live. And you don't even have to be the video. If you just want to do it audio wise only, that's absolutely okay too. So go ahead, drop questions, and let's get the show on the road. Courtney Reed, $2 super chat saying, what's going to be better, Secret Wars or Batman 2? First off, let's get you a super chat in, and I have a pretty good idea what I want to do for a super chat first. Let's do this one.
Fucking animal, you piece of shit, little tiny dick licker, fucking asshole, fucking eye. Fucking rich people.
Fucking rich people indeed. But yes, Courtney, Secret Wars or Batman 2? I'm going to be honest with you. I think the bigger movie is indeed going to be Secret Wars because that is when they're going to bring back all of our classic Marvel characters. And there's even big time rumblings that Chris Evans, Captain America, is going to be coming back. And if he's going to come back, I have no doubts about it that Robbie Downey Jr. will sign a deal too to be back in this movie as well. So I think the bigger movie is going to be Secret Wars. But what's going to be better? I'm probably going to see Batman 2, and I know we don't really have much to go on with Batman 2 just yet, but definitely there's a saying that sometimes, like, the sequel goes harder than its original, and I feel like Batman 2 is indeed going to go harder than in Batman 1. So right now, I'm going to say Batman 2 is going to be the better movie. But the biggest movie for blockbuster and everything, it's easily going to be Secret Wars. So, Courtney Reed, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. All right. Let's see here. Yes, Melissa, there is going to be another Batman for Robert Pattinson's Batman. There is going to be a Batman too, even though it just got pushed back, and I don't believe filming don't really start until 2025, which is very unfortunate. But you know what? I'm at one of those people where if you got to push it back just to make your movie more awesome, go for it. So Batman, we'll be waiting for Batman 2. Atanis, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. Said I would come on and ask a question, but I am nervous. Man, again, there is a setting on here, so if you don't want to like appear while how I'm appearing on camera, like, yeah, see right here, like if you just want to do it like this, like with audio, you are more than happy to do it. If not, not a big deal at all. But you did give us a $2 super chat, and we really appreciate that. So let me get you a super chat video, my friend. Here, let me move that down to here. Let's do this one.
That's not funny. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely. That is great. And Thomas, thank you so much. And that's everything. You see these custom super chats. And if you are a Patreon or YouTube member of the tiers 2 and up, you get a super chat in your honor. Just wanted to throw that out there. And we got our very first guest in here. I'm going to bring them on because right now they said the best indie boo. We got to see who this is. The best indie boogeyman you've never heard, or as it continues. So if you are there, make yourself known. And what is going on? Because this question I know is going to be good.
Why does Aaron suck so bad?
Oh my God, Chad! I knew it was fucking you. You get out of here. Absolutely. Aaron does not suck. Aaron is a badass chick, and she can beat anybody you throw against her way, man. But Chad, what's going on there, buddy?
Not much, but I just wanted to ask you that really important question.
That is such an important question. It's so important. I really thought you were honestly were going to come on here and promote your live stream next week.
No, that's
And
your
if you
job.
don't know what I'm talking about next week,
No, that's your
me
job.
and Chad are doing this. Me, Chad, and Brad are doing this right here. We're doing our Tarantino ranking. So, because this is something that we haven't had Chad on in a while. We love Chad, even though we had to deal with his spooning and stirring shit all the time. But we love him dearly. So, we decided to bring him back on for next week for a Tarantino ranking. So, Chad, anything you want to say about that ranking, my friend?
Check it out if you want.
Well, it's not if they want; they have to. We're forcing them to come on, man. Like, come on, Chad, you
don't
gotta
force
be a
anybody to do
promoter,
anything.
man. Like, if you're awesome promoting the Last Nightmare Part 2, or excuse me, Part 1 with the Last Nightmare, you are a great promoter of that. You gotta promote your own freaking stream, man.
Mm.
Oh, come on. Let's see here. I'm just
Flopbuster.
highlighting some questions here real quick. And I got here. I'll let you stick around for this super chat real quick here because this is that horror couple again. Love Kaylee and Robbie. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Saying Rob wants to throw some dollar bills into BrettMan's thong. Hold on, let me get a good snap here.
Whoa.
Oh, there's a good old snap. We appreciate your support and friendship. Thank you so much there, Rob. I got the money nice, close and tight. But Kaylee, thank you as much as
Is
well.
that your
And
guys'
Chad,
next skit? You're gonna be up on a pole like Maxine?
So, but Chad, since you're here, I'll do one last good deed for you. And where is your super chat? There it is. So here you all, that horror couple with a super chat.
And you are God. I killed my take it, you motherfucker!
That is crazy. But that horror couple, thank you all so much. And let me get that comment. Okay, and chat, before I let you go, after asking such an important question of why Aaron's such a badass, I might as well go ahead
for what country she's from.
Australia.
You sure?
Yep. Final answer.
Okay. Just making sure.
Am I right?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Anyways, but Chad, before I let you go, I'm starting a watch my 14 days of new horror next week. This is actually the 14 days I spend once a year for 14 straight days. I watch 14 straight new horror movies I've never seen before. And Chad is one of my movie pickers.
That is some nepotism right there. Holy shit.
Oh, can you read that okay?
Your number one pick sucks.
Oh my god! Well, I did everything. First off, I did everything random because Brad's dead ass last, so I know he's not happy about it. But Chad,
I was gonna say.
Well, as I Chad, you got a good spot there. Especially you picked a good movie for me, but don't reveal it yet.
I mean, look at where Braden is. Look at where Jason is. Look at where Sledgehammer is. What is this?
It's just random, man. I just put everybody in the wheel, it's spinning around and do 1 through 14. So you're not very lucky there, Chad. Yeah, see, even Destiny's questioning you. Oh my god, that is the perfect freeze cam right there. If somebody could take a quick screen. Actually, I'm going to take a picture of this. Damn it. Damn you, Chad, you bastard. But Chad, thank you for hanging out with us and for asking a question. So yeah, let me bring that back up real quick. I'll do some promoting and then I got some questions started and I will get to your all's question. So yes, I put all my guests into a wheel and I spinned it 1 through 14, and that's how I decide by order of operations. So congratulations, Destiny. You got the first get to be the first movie. I'm not going to reveal your movie until May the 13th. I will post what movie I watched. And then in the comic section, after I get done watching the movie, I will post my Letterboxd review on it. And then at the end of all these 14 movies, the very next day on the 27th, I will rank all of these movies to see which one I enjoyed the most and which one I enjoyed the least. So I'm looking forward to this. This is always one of my more fun personal projects I do every single year. And hopefully you all just kick back and relax and see all these great 14 movies that all these wonderful people have picked. All right, enough self-promoting there. So let me oh, and Courtney Reed gifted 1 Goodwill membership. Dude, that is so kind of you. So thank you so much for doing that. That deserves a super chat. So actually let me do a random super chat because I got a question for you guys. Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah. So if you believe in him, if you know him, that's awesome. If you don't know him, I hope you believe in him. But Courtney Reed, thank you for gifting 1 Goodwill Hunting membership. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Flopbuster, what's going on there, Tony? How are you doing? Damn, just make sure Jackie Brown is top 3 or face exile. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm watching it for the very first time this weekend. So I will be experiencing Jackie Brown and Death Proof for the first time this weekend. So I could be ready for the top ranking for next Thursday. Let's see here. All right, and let's see here. I'm just double checking all the questions here. If I didn't want to forget a question here. Oh man, see, I had another backstage person, but I think they're experiencing a little technical difficulty. So when they get back into the lobby, I will bring them on so they can ask a question live. And I'm going to love Jackie Brown. Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And Gavin says Jackie Brown is definitely top 3 if you count both Kill Bills and as one movie. Actually, we decided we're going to split those up to volumes 1 and 2 versus the whole bloody affair because we don't think that would have been fair for the rest of the movies if we counted it as one movie. So we're splitting it up volumes 1 and 2. All right. All right, he is not back yet. Oh my gosh, Courtney Reed, Brownie Edge, Brownie Edges matter, Brett. No, they don't. It's the middle piece. It's the best piece. Screw the outer piece. Come on, Courtney. Come on. So all right, Chester, I got your question here, but I got other people got their questions in, so I got to get to them first. And Chester, I promise I will get to you, buddy. Brendan the Beldome, let's start with your question here. What do you think of the rumors of James Gunn wanting Winston Duke as Batman in the new DCU? First off, I do like Winston Duke. I think he is a very entertaining actor, and he's very underrated in a lot of the movies that he's a part of, especially with The Fall Guy. I thought he was definitely underrated in it, but see, I don't know. I guess with this whole world that James Gunn's creating, it's a brand new world. We need to do kind of something different this time around. So honestly, I would be okay with it. Don't mark it until you try it. So if they want to do that for Batman, I say go for it at this point. If not, no big deal. I know James Gunn is going to make a good decision. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Brad, what's going on there, Brad, buddy? Hopefully you are feeling a lot better. I know I miss you already, and I know the chat misses you. So get better so we can get back on here, do that final girl top 10. But everybody definitely wants to know who our top 10 is. And Courtney Reed says, I'm black and I'm not supporting a black Batman. And you know what? And that's a fair opinion, man. Like, I wasn't even honestly thinking about that as I was making my opinion. I was just focusing on Winston Duke as an actual actor. And I hear good things about him in off camera, too. It was mainly because of that is what I was thinking of. I think he's good enough as an actor to pull off the role of Batman very well. Let's see here. Brother Fluff, that is Creighton Duke's brother, if you're very curious to know who that is. Because they both like breaking fingers. All right, let's see here. Oh my gosh. No! We should watch Halloween Ends and eat the corner sub. Robbie, is this you? This has to be you. Like, because you're the only one that I know that would say such a crazy thing to me right now. Oh man, you're crazy, dude. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I'm missing anything in the chat. Yes, Gene, I got your question here. Trust me, I've not forgotten about you. I'm just kind of going in operation order of the how I receive questions. So the next one is from Chris Snyder from Movie Misfits saying, "What exactly is the function of a rubber duck?" I don't know about the function of a regular rubber duck, but the Goodwill Hunting rubber duck is actually, if you really pay attention to our skits, somewhere in the background or just somewhere within that skit, you would see a rubber duck. We don't know why. It's just as we edited one of our videos, we saw the rubber duck in the background. We just thought it was so hilarious. We just decided to include in every single skit that we do. There's always got to be a rubber duck of some kind. So if you see a skit in the future, especially the near future, keep an eye out for the rubber duck. All right, and trust me, Brad knows about that rubber duck. Oh, Holly, I'm definitely going to get to your question here soon because I agree with Brad. It is a wonderful idea. So let's see here. Blu-ray Addict. And then Gene, your question is next. But Blu-ray Addict, did you see they are making a new Lord of the Rings movie? Andy Serkis is directing it. Yeah, and I thought that's a very interesting decision for Andy Serkis to be directing a new Lord of the Rings. But hey, if Gollum wants to be a director of Lord of the Rings, let him be the freaking director, man. I got no problem with it. I just want mainly a good story with it. I know we've done a lot of Lord of the Rings stories, and nothing can really beat the traditional trilogy. So if they want to do something with this, like, this is your time to do something very cool and creative. So Andy Serkis, bring it on. New Lord of the Rings movie. I'll be all in for it. Chester, I got your question started. I will get to that here shortly, my friend. I promise. Gene, how did you come up with your... Sorry if I had to sneeze. Sorry, gotta sneeze real quick. Sorry about that. Had a lot of sneezes. I was trying to get them out, and I didn't want to destroy your all's ears. So the question is, Gene, how did you come up with your channel name? Well, me and Brad, our first original name for our YouTube channel was going to be the B&B podcast. They're like, no, we got to do something movie related. So we were just thinking and thinking, and then Brad randomly went like Goodwill Hunting. I'm like, what about Goodwill Hunting? He goes, well, I thought about Goodwill Hunting, you know, the movie with Robin Williams and oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? I'll get it here in a minute. Matt Damon, yeah, with that movie. So instead of Goodwill Hunting, it's Good Real Hunting, and that's how we came up with the name of it. Is all on Brad right there with thinking of such a badass idea. All right, let's see here. Well, dude, Brad, it was multiple seasons, okay? I just didn't want to hurt people's ears. And thank you, everybody, with the bless yous in the chat. Adrian, I got your oh, and Hatchet Boys. What's going on, man? How are you doing? Ever sneeze? Oh my god, no, I absolutely have not done that. And I know what movie you're referring to, too. It's the one with Justin Timberlake and Mia Kunis. Oh, Goodwill Hunting. My bad. Goodwill, not wheel. Damn, I'm such an idiot. So my apologies. Chester, if at Brother Fluff, I'm going to get your super chat here, buddy. If then Holly, I will get you after that. So Chester, question: how did the channel got the name? Oh, pretty much that's pretty much the exact same question that Gene asked, and that's how we got our name based off of the movie of Robin Williams and Matt Damon. Brother Fluff, $5 super chat. Thank you so much there, buddy. Saying every time Brett sneezes, $50 worth of powder and whipped cream comes out of his nose. That's why I turned off the camera, Brother Fluff, so people don't see that, and this channel gets in a lot of trouble. And I can't have Brad be associated with that bull crap because he actually seen it happen before. So, but Brother Fluff, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let me get your super chat video up here, and let's dance. Yeah, freaking swerve till I drive. But Brother Fluff, thank you so much, man, for the $5 super chat. That's very kind of you. Let's see here. And Melissa, trust me, you and I both. I definitely want to see the new Twister movie. Absolutely, it's my #1 most anticipated movie of 2024. Alrighty. Ashton, I got your question in the queue here, but we got to get with Holly's question here. Holly says, would you guys ever do a movie night marathon live stream? Yes, and that's where Brad was referred to earlier with a wonderful idea, and absolutely it is a wonderful idea, because that's something me and Brad did thought about, and I'll give credit to J-Man over at with J-Man, Jason Dyke, because when he first started out his channel, he did an idea like this. So that was like 3 or 4 years ago. So we wanted to make sure that that's plenty of time before we attempted at an idea like that. So we just wanted to give respect to other channels with their ideas. But trust me, yay, there we go. See, even StreamYard likes me being courteous with that. So when we do this idea, it's going to be in J-Man's honor, and we're going to switch it up into making me and Brad's own version of a movie night marathon live stream. But trust me, we have had talks about that. So Holly, again, wonderful idea. But what's also a wonderful idea is if I get somebody else on screen here to ask a question. They were the very first person to ask a question on the call-in show from the very last time we did this. He was so good, we got to bring him on twice. So let's bring him on real quick. Davey Defray. Davey, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, man. How are you doing?
I am doing great, buddy. So I appreciate you hanging out with me yet again. But before that, I saw you with a big stream coming next Wednesday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm debuting a late night show. I thought, I know there are a few out there, but I was like, man, in our community, we really don't have something at least like smack dab in the middle of the week. So, I'm still getting my feet wet, still earning those subscribers and just trying to keep up with, live content, all that kind of stuff. So I thought, I've got this loud, ridiculous personality. Why not do kind of like a live traditional late night show where I bring on some guests, creative people, trying to put together like a musical act for each one, at least be able to show off a video, just kind of, fill that space that's, just left sitting there looking for somebody to pick it up. So, just trying to find my voice and not step on any toes. That's the name of the game here.
I do got one more question to ask you about that show. Since it is a late night show, is there going to be any live stream exorcisms to your show?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to try that out around Halloween.
I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can give it a shot. I mean, clearly it's called Late Night with the Davey, and it just hit me one night driving home from work, and my wife Kate was like, the Davey, not just Davey, and I'm like, they'll get it. People will get it.
I got it immediately.
Just find that font, put it together. I mean, if you guys want to check it out and you haven't subscribed or anything to my channel yet, it's really easy. You just look up Davey Deathray on all the social platforms
and hit
you'll
that
find
button.
me there. And what's up to everybody saying hey in the chat? That's awesome. Love you guys.
Hell yeah. And trust me, man, I'll just tell you, you're doing everything the right way, buddy. I've been keeping eyes on you for a healthy competition point of view. Damn, Davey's doing something cool. We got to do something cooler. But no, you're doing everything the right way. We're proud of you. So more success is going to come your way. It's just keep, like you said, find your voice, find what you enjoy doing. It's not necessarily what the people like for you to do, is what you enjoy doing. Because if you enjoy it, I promise you they're going to enjoy it. So I'm happy for you.
That is the tightrope you have to walk when you jump into content creation. It's, of course, you want to please your audience to some degree, but you have to be true to yourself. And I really appreciate all your support too. I think there's plenty of room for everyone on YouTube. I watch an incredible amount of YouTube. So I think that there's, as far as competition goes, it's like, well, yeah, I just try to not outright copy somebody, collaborate when we get the chance. That way we can, like I always say it on the channel, lift each other up in the community, connect with one another, and connect with the people out there that are subscribers and in the live chat.
Hell yeah, dude. God, you sound like a true professional already. It took me 4 years to sound that kind of professional. You could just do it in a split second. That's
Brett, I talk a lot, so much so that people usually have to politely ask me to shut up, or they just walk away.
Well, guess what? Fist bump, because I got that same problem too, especially when it's movie or sports.
Oh my, yeah, I'm a sports guy too. So, oh my gosh, yeah, it's
football,
wild. Football, baseball, hockey. Those are my
three
favorites. I'm a Washington Redskins fan, or whatever.
Oh well, I know you're happy with your draft pick.
Yeah, I think good things should be on the horizon. It's been about 30 years of suffering, so why not?
Oh my gosh. But no, man, I know I'm just you're supposed to be asking me the question. I'm asking you all these metric hundred questions. But you know what? I better stop. I better stop because in the future, guys, we mentioned Real Talk on here. Davey over here, future guest on Real Talk. We just got to figure out a great time to bring him on, a good time where it will benefit and help him and his channel grow. And Holly saying, "All Davey." That's the put.
Yeah, that is the awesome thing, Holly. And one thing that I always, love bringing up when I do a live stream, and I see all sorts of people, Ashton, Jamie, Maga, Gory Ty, all sorts of people, Antonis, that jump into my live chats. I love being able to, kind of meet you guys on a different level. Yeah, no, I get it. I feel the same way.
She is a Dallas Cowboys fan. That's why.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. What can you do? Yeah, but getting to letting people see a different part of my personality. It's fun to interact in the chat, but then I get to kind of fly a little more freely on my channel and just sort of really be myself. So yeah, it's great to get to meet you guys officially. But yeah, we'll bring you and Brad on the late night show as well. And
because Thursdays are our best night. But if it's a Wednesday thing, I'm sure Brad will sacrifice one Wednesday just so he could be tired the next day. Because just give us a call and we'll make something happen.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So Mega Cat, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Didn't want to forget you there real quick. So all right. Based off the call-in show versus me just talking away, Davey, go ahead. You know the drill. Ask your question.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know, so out of these three slasher franchises that, to me, I think have a really great, first
the big three?
Only movie. No, actually, we're going to go to some slashers that never got picked up and turned into a true franchise. I'm interested to know which one you would like to see a sequel to or brought back in some way the most. So we've got The Prowler from 1981, My Bloody Valentine from 1981. Now they did the remake, but they've never been able to turn it into anything real. Or The Burning, bringing Cropsy back from The Burning. Which one would you want to see come back? And let me know in the chat too.
Yeah, please let us know. But I was as you were mentioning the movies, I was like, please say it. Please say it. Right in the last minute, you said it. It absolutely has to be The Burning with me, because even there was once upon a time, me and a bunch of YouTubers, we actually thought of a pretty decent idea for The Burning fan film that we all wanted to shoot together, but then life gets in the way, and then we just never talked about it again. But no, absolutely The Burning, at least to do a remake of it. Not that The Burning is a bad movie. It's absolutely not. It's actually a great summer slasher movie. I love the look of Crosby because extra crispy, that is. I definitely like the look of Crosby, but I think now with the kind of technology we got and the practical effect work and putting a real focus on it. If we could get a good writer and everything, or a good director to direct the idea, I think The Burning could absolutely benefit from a remake.
Hell yeah, that's a solid answer. Yeah, it's
and
it's,
I would say
yeah.
The Prowler too, but I've not seen The Prowler. Which guess
okay.
what? Might watch it here within the next 14 days.
Maybe. That's one of my like low key favorites, like the Joseph Zito Tom Savini combination. You know, it's kind
Nice.
of, you know, you get to see exactly why Zito got picked to do the final chapter, because he knows how to direct a really solid slasher. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you think of that one. That's one of those that's just like, how are people not talking about this one more?
Yeah,
like
and I'm
if
not
you
sure
haven't
what's
seen The Prowler, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not sure what's been taking me so long to see The Prowler, because I love Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, my favorite Friday the 13th movie, and The Prowler has everything that has Friday the 13th Part 4 in it. And why haven't I not seen it yet? So I am definitely going to make that change. So sorry to one of the 14 people if I picked the movie. I spoiled your movie, but in return, I'm not going to say who picked it.
Yeah, we don't know who, and it'll be great. Sometimes I've said it on the channel where I do like a show called I Finally Watched It. I watched E.T. for the very first time. Like I have no idea why I never watched. Like I was born in 82. The movie came out in 82. No reason why I didn't watch it. But I'm like, well, maybe the reason was so I could share my initial thoughts with you guys. So with The Prowler for you, Brett, that'll be, you know, a great experience for everyone getting to, you know, experience it for the first time again through your eyes. You know, it'd be great.
Hell yeah. And to answer to everyone for My Bloody Valentine, I think that can also benefit from a remake as well. I know that there was a film, like a fan film, Valentine Bluffs, that recently did something. And I like the idea that they had to do a fan film based off that. I would love for Hollywood to take a crack at it, because I think they could make something special with it. But I definitely love the original the most. So that's why I'm not really in the rush. And the remake, I can have a lot of fun with it. And they had a opportunity to do something with it, like you said, within a mini franchise. But it never clicked.
Yeah, and it's too bad because the look of, I mean, the minor killer is an iconic look. It would be like if they weren't going to make a sequel to Thanksgiving. You'd be like, oh my God, you just wasted this awesome, like a really fun movie and a great looking killer, you know? So it's a shame. And both movies, the original and the remake, are left on a cliffhanger as if like you're going to see more, and then nothing. It's just this big old tease.
Oh no, that's awesome. And Holly also just provided that she watched The Prowler for the first time a few weeks ago. So hell yeah. And before we because first off, amazing question. Where's her comment here? Because she also asked, what's Davey's channel? And while we got everybody here, I'm going to actually look up your channel real quick.
Okay.
Let's see here. So if you want to see what the chat's talking about, okay, never mind. I got you right here. Look how quick I'm working.
And then, I don't know if you can. I think you can share it. If I share it, I think it's just not even going to be a link or anything in there.
Nope, that's exactly why. Boom. Just when I'm thinking about it, I got you right there. Let me check my studio real quick just to make sure it pops up as a. Oh wow, it's. My chat is moving really slow in the studio, so I'm gonna have to let that load. But okay, excellent. That's all I care about. So
hell yeah, I appreciate that, man.
And actually, again, once everything loads, I will pin it. So it'll be the top comment.
Too cool. So, yeah, we just passed 600 and trying to get to 1,000 by our 1-year anniversary in August. So that's the goal, and just trying to up the content, up the interaction with the live streams. I do a bi-weekly show with my wife where we talk about a movie that we both really love and have a lot of experience with. So it's like a, open discussion. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff on there. So mostly horror, a little bit of non-horror. So yeah, something for everyone.
Hell yeah. And dude, again, thank you so much for popping on popping on real quick. And God.
You need one of those shots. You
I'm
need one
getting,
of those
yeah,
orange
no, like I'm
cream
getting all
shots.
choking up here, bitch. I can't talk. But no, Davey, thank
It's
you
my
so
voice.
much.
It makes people feel that way.
But no, dude, thank you so much again for popping on real quick, asking another amazing question. And again, guys, we're going to have Davey on for real talk and sometime in the future, too, actually live on this channel for a full live stream versus
Hell
just
yeah.
a short portion of the live stream. But Davey, thank you so much for your time, buddy. And until the next call-in show or the next time we work with you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brett. And everyone, have a great night. I'll be hanging out in the chat. Thank you much. Take care.
Thank you so much, buddy. So let's see here. Holly, hopefully you found that link. I'm waiting for the studio to catch up so I can. There we go. There we go, guys. It's Pants. Go subscribe to Davey. He absolutely deserves it. He's doing everything the right way. Let's see here. Don't want to make sure I'm missing a question here. If I do, you just re-mention the question, guys. Let's see here. All right, we did that. So Ben, sorry about that. Sorry it took so long. So Ben Grahams asked, what's the coolest killing utensil in horror? Guys, would you consider a corkscrew a utensil? Because it is kind of like a necessary thing to open up your wine. Because I wouldn't say it's necessarily like the kill, but it was a part A kill that I could just never get my head out of. Every time I think of a corkscrew, I always think of, hey, Ted, where the hell's the corkscrew? And I just chase it. Bam! But if we're going to go with a killing utensil, it has to absolutely be the butcher knife that Michael Myers killing Bob in the original 78, getting him on that door and him just tilting his head. All of that is absolutely fantastic and one of my favorite kills of all time. So Ben, hopefully I answered your question good, and hopefully you are counting a corkscrew as a utensil. See, okay, that's all I need. That's Holly's permission. It is a utensil, the corkscrew, and cheese grater is another great answer as well. I love a good challenge. So let's get a challenge real quick, and then I'll get to some more questions here. I'm planning on going about another, I would say, 40. I would say at least another 30 minutes, because we do have 23 people watching, and you all have been awesome. So just the more people we have in here, the longer I'll go and get questions in. But Courtney Reed has a challenge. Anybody answers this correctly, I'll gift a number membership. Guys, you got to get this right. You guys are trivia experts. I need you. His question is, what other mask was almost selected to be worn for the shape in Halloween 78? So that is the question. So hopefully the chat gets it right so he can reward another membership for Good Real Hunting. All right, let's see here. There's Ben's question. Yo, Adrian, let me get your question here. Sesame Street or The Muppet Show? I feel like I learn a lot more from Sesame Street than I do from The Muppet Show. So I'm absolutely going to go with Sesame Street. And plus, here's another reason why I'm going with Sesame Street. You absolutely should select Sesame Street. Fuck The Muppet Show. Ernie, that's enough from you. Or Bert, that's enough from you. Ernie's the other one. So, yo, Adrian, I easily say Sesame Street between the two. Oh, Chris, go fuck off. Why the Muppets, man? Like, I understand Kermit and all that, but man, Kermit has no shit. Like, Big Bird has no shit on me. Big Bird over Kermit always. And yeah, Courtney, woo! Movie Misfits, Chris got it correct, and the answer is Emmett Kelly Clown Mask. So, man, Courtney Reed, as Ivan Ooze says in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, it's time to pay the piper. All right, let me get some more questions here real quick. Let's see here. We did that one. Ashton, buddy, let me get your question. And then we could go with round 2 with Atanas and Chester asking another question. So let me what? Hold on. The king of games of trivia didn't know that one? Oh, BrettMan. Come on, man. Dude, I swear this guy knows every answer trivia-wise in the book. So I am very surprised you didn't know that. Guess what? I didn't know either. Just your guess would have been a lot better than mine. So there we go. So let me get Ashton your question here. Not horror related, but how excited are you for Deadpool and Wolverine? Dude, I am so freaking excited because this could be like in the running for great a duo movie of all time. Like, you know, we get our classic like buddy cop movies and all that, or just like good duos that like, you know, Liar Liar. Well, not Liar Liar, that's not a duo. What's the Dumb and Dumber. That's what I was going for. Sorry. Wrong Jim Carrey movie from Liar Liar, which favorite comedy of all time for me personally. But Dumb and Dumber, Lethal Weapon, I could go Batman and Robin, great duos all around, but I think Deadpool and Wolverine has indeed the makings to be the greatest buddy duo movie of all time at the cinema, especially from a box office perspective. So I am freaking excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. There we go, Courtney Reed. Paying the piper, pay up. Gifted 1 good real membership. Again, thank you so much for doing that, my friend. You're just very kind and courteous to the channel, and we appreciate your support. So let's get another super chat in your honor with that. So let's do with this one.
Money, Steve.
Billy,
I need more money.
we don't have any
I can't
more money,
compete
Billy.
against a $120 million payroll with $38 million.
We're not going to compete.
Oh, man. So, Courtney Ray, again, thank you so much, buddy. All right. Okay, what are we freaking about with $60 for? Like, what? Okay, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. So let me go ahead and Ashton, first off, thank you for that. And Atanas, I promise I'm going to get to your question, but I think everybody's freaking out with $60 in the chat because of Chester's question. Are you going to get the 4K of A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984 despite celebrating 40 years? That's right, because in November, it will be the 40-year anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Unfortunately, I am not. I will only buy when it's just when I guess I just like, oh, I really, really want that. It's not that I don't want this. It's the main thing is I really don't have a 4K player, or else I absolutely will be stacking those 4K collections. Unless if those 4Ks represent some of my favorite movies of all time, then I'll just randomly grab a 4K, and it just mainly sits on my bookshelf right behind this computer over here. But my Xbox is a digital Xbox, so it has no way of playing movies on it. So as you can tell, I'm a streaming guy when it comes to movies. So at this time, especially if it is $60, I am definitely going to pass at this time, and hopefully the price goes down on it later on. All right, and so Atanas, let me get to your question here. Are you excited for The Strangers Chapter 1 next Friday? Dude, I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. I'm excited because, hey, we get another horror movie at the theater, and right now horror is doing an excellent job dominating with giving us banger after banger as of late. But I think like this is going to be the one where it's like, all right, let's get back down to a little bit of a reality check, or let's just slow down the pace a little bit. I think The Strangers Chapter 1 has potential to be good, but I'm just going to go in with like kind of like low expectations. And if I could walk out there enjoying it more than I thought about, I would be pretty happy. But again, the standard, like the bar for this movie is set pretty low at this time. But you know what? We'll see. They better not mess up The Strangers. And from the trailer, like it seems like all the blueprint stuff for being a Strangers movie is there. But what they do to be different, to stand out from The Strangers and The Strangers Prey at Night, it's absolutely going to be totally up to them. So you know what? let's give it a try. If we like it, hey, another one we can add to the collection. If not, we'll just toss it aside, and hopefully parts 2 and 3 be a lot better. All right. All right, that is all the questions I have of right now. So if I don't see like any more questions with like in the next 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and end the stream early. We'll keep like going as long as questions are being tossed my way. But as questions are in the chat, I think this is actually an excellent time to show off what I got recently on eBay. Is an eBay shop called Sam Scripts. And just in case, I think some of you might know who Sam is. She does like cosplays work. She goes to conventions, and you'll see her on TikTok and Instagram. But I've always been fascinated with her eBay shop, selling these particular items because I think they're so cool. And I've been waiting for so long to make a good purchase on this, and I finally got that opportunity. So I want to show it off. Sam, if you are watching, I'll let you know that I gave you a shout out on this stream. If you're watching, thank you so much for not only making this cool product, but also sending me an extra one just for you being kind enough. And like, it's very, especially the one you picked for me to give away for free. Super appreciate it because you absolutely nailed it with the one that I would want. So the main one I bought is this right here. It is The Conjuring. And if you want to know what this is, as you could kind of already tell with the name of the shop of Sam Scripts, this is a script for The Conjuring. So let me open up I'm just going to pick a random page here. So you can see it right there. This is actually this is the script for the movie The Conjuring. So you can actually see how the script was written. And as you all know, The Conjuring is my favorite horror movie of all time on a personal level. So I think this is really awesome, and I am definitely going to cherish this forever. And if I get lucky enough to meet James Wan or anybody from The Conjuring, you already know they're going to be signing all over the place right here. So it's going to be awesome if I can actually meet someone from the Conjuring franchise in the future. As for the free gift, which again, Sam absolutely nailed with me because it's my number 2 favorite horror movie of all time. Scream. Yeah, got the Scream script as well. So Sam, again, thank you so much. And again, just to kind of show you here, this is how they do the scripts. And I could tell you from experience, like me and Brad this is how actually me and Brad have been written some of our skits lately, is with this format right here. So we know, or at least I know, this is legit for what she does with her eBay shop. And actually, let me try to see if I can find a link for that shop real quick. So just don't mind me looking like an idiot for the next couple of minutes. Brenda the Belgium, thank you for taking the screenshot of Chad being frozen. You're the MVP. I get to use that for Chad from now on. So let me see here. eBay. And she's got another place where she sells her work too. But eBay is where I found it. So let's see here. There's that. I am going to copy the link. I'm going to text myself. And the reason I'm texting myself is because I have an Apple phone with an Apple computer. So whatever text on here, I get it on my computer as well. So I can share this link really quickly. So let's see here. Let me access my text messages here. We are going to copy. And we're going to paste it. Hopefully that works. Yay, it works. And Davey, I know you're watching, buddy, and now I was trying to promote your channel. If you don't mind, for the rest of this particular stream, if I can promote this eBay shop, because I think it's really cool and everybody needs to check it out. See here. All right, I got that going. So awesome. All right, we got a couple more questions here. Let me get them started real quick, and let me go through them. Yeah, I know, right? Like, especially how she gets them like done and has like this empty space. It's perfect for autographs. So I think that's why, like, I was really interested in this. Not only do I get to read my favorite horror movies of all time, but to have another place, like another thing for them to sign. Awesome. So, like, hell yeah. Hopefully I get to make that happen, because The Conjuring, and of course Your Next are like on the top of my bucket list for conventions for people to sign stuff. All right. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. I got a couple of questions here, so we'll keep going here for a little bit. Melissa, you have not asked the question yet, so let me get your question here. Whose idea was it to start the YouTube channel, yours or Brad's? I will happily to tell you it was Brad's idea. It was during his bachelor weekend. We were just talking, and he's like, we should really do a YouTube channel. And of course, I was skeptical with it because not only it's like my job. I was kind of nervous about with my job and how it could possibly interfere with it. But from what I've learned recently, it was actually okay all along, as long as I don't mention where I work, which I'm not going to do that. So do not ask me where I work. Don't let that be one of the questions, or I unfortunately won't be able to answer it. But Brad was the one that pushed for it. And you know what? I finally said, okay, let's do it. We were pretty much doing it anyway on Xbox and nobody was listening to us. So let's do it on a platform where people will listen to us. And guess what? Close to 4 years from now, which we will be celebrating our 4-year anniversary in September. Here we are, and we're still kicking it strong because of you all and your all support. So, Melissa, very good question. Let's see here. Autonomous, where did you buy that scrapbook from? Which, if you go to the YouTube comments section, it should be the pinned link where you can be having access to that eBay shop where you can take a look at all of the scripts that she has available in her store. And that was a pretty quick question. So let me get another one of yours. And Chester, I'll get to you. And then I'll go back to Autonomous' other question. So what month do you think we would get a real teaser trailer for Terrifier 3? I'll tell you where it could be the most effective. I believe if you really want to get a good teaser and a good reaction from Terrifier 3, I think the best way to do it is to show off the teaser trailer right before Maxine comes on, because everybody's going to go see Maxine. A lot of eyeballs are going to be on it, and I'm sure that A24 wouldn't mind sharing some of the love towards Terrifier 3. So if that is like if you're going to ask me what is like the possibility, what month, I would say July, and Maxine would be the perfect opportunity to release such a good teaser trailer with that. Let's see here. Melissa says, never heard of Twin Peaks, which, Melissa, I'll go let you know. If you talk to Destiny will tell you all about Twin Peaks. She's just got done watching everything Twin Peaks related. And you were responding back to Jamie's comment saying that my most prized possession is a signed script of the pilot episode of Twin Peaks. It's missing David Lynch, though. Well, Jamie, hopefully one day you get David Lynch's autograph. And again, don't tell Destiny that, or else she will try to steal your prized possession. I will guarantee you that. So hold it tight and hold it secure, Jamie. Let's see here. Chester, what date will be the Back from the Dead episode for the May edition? Here, let me pull up my calendar and let me give you the exact date, my friend. Back from the Dead, the May edition. And you know what? I actually got the thumbnail pulled up, so let me get that real quick. Just to kind of give you an idea of movies we'll be talking about for the month of May. It's gonna be May. Chester, to answer your question, May the 26th at noon Eastern Time will be Back from the Dead, the May episode for 2024, as we'll talk about the movies you see on screen and much, much more. All right, wrong button. There we go. So, Chester, there you go, buddy. Let's see here. Thomas, let me get your question here. Are you going to buy the Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out next year? Not only that, I'm going to have to possibly buy 2 hard drives just because I heard how big the hard drive it is for this freaking game. So to answer your question in a simple way, absolutely, I'm going to be buying this game because this could be potentially the greatest video game of all time. But what I am going to buy this year is NCAA football. And that I'm going to be playing every freaking day of every single day. So I might be lazy on the channel because NCAA football is like my childhood video game. And it's about to be brought back to me as a freaking adult. Are you kidding me? Like, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for it. But to answer your question, absolutely, I'm going to be buying Grand Theft Auto 6 next year. I am so happy to hear about Destiny watched Twin Peaks. I'm excited to hear her thoughts. Yeah, I would say give her a shout out, and you all will have a great conversation about the Twin Peaks. I'm not as excited to dive into it just yet, but maybe in the future if we're going to have to do something with it for Good Real Hunting, because I'm sure that idea is possibly up in the air and we could do something with it. But I'm not in a rush to go see it at this time. All right, I see a couple more questions here, so let's see here. All right, let's get Raymond's question here. Raymond says, if you could save one slasher character, who would it be and how would you like them to thank you? Easy question. I will save Freddy Krueger, and how he can thank me for saving him. Don't haunt me in my dreams. You cannot invade my dreams. I am what we call safe and sound from that creepo, which you're not a creepo because, again, I save you. I appreciate you. Do not invade my dreams. Very please don't invade my dreams. So the answer to your question, Raymond, it is Freddy Krueger, just so I can ask him to not invade my dreams. Brandon the Beldum, are you going to dress as Santa Art or Beetlejuice when you see Beetlejuice? Fuck! Brandon, you bastard! You made me say Beetlejuice 3 times. I'm gonna you'll pay for this, you bastard. Or Terrifier 3. Actually, I'm not what we call the biggest cosplayer, so I'm gonna say, unfortunately, I'm not going to be cosplaying any of those movies. However, which one I'm more excited about? I'm easily more excited about for Terrifier 3. I'm still excited for Beetlejuice, because of the fact that Jenna Ortega is in it. And I think Jenna Ortega is going to knock it out of the park. I think she is a perfect person to put into that world of that movie. Not going to say it again. I'm not going to get tricked again. But for what I'm more excited about, I'm easily more excited for Terrifier 3. Let's see here. All right, just my phone went off. Sorry. Ben Graham, what is your favorite college football team? I wouldn't say unfortunately, but we've been dealing with a lot of heartache for the past 20 years. But I think now we are actually at a very stable point into our program, and we're heading into the right direction of becoming a dynasty, hopefully a dynasty in the future. But Ben, I am a University of Tennessee Volunteer football fan. I've been a fan since '98, where we beat those bastards at Florida State to win the national championship. The only national championship I got to saw in my lifetime, but I wasn't really a full fan now that I am a full-blooded, if you cut part of my arm off right now, it will bleed orange and white for the University of Tennessee. Hopefully we can see one more national championship in my lifetime. I feel like we got the right pieces to do it. We just need to add more pieces to it and just start producing. That's all we got to start doing. All right, here. Ooh, Raymond, I like that question. And Jamie, have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. So thank you so much, Jamie. Have a great night. Yeah, the coach. Oklahoma alumni. I graduated. Dude, that's so awesome, dude. And we almost lost him for him to go back to Oklahoma. So I'm just surprised that that we were able to keep him at the University of Tennessee, because I think he's doing great things. I think he just needs a couple more missing pieces in order to get that national championship. Let's see here. Raymond is asking some how did you meet so-and-so questions. Those are interesting questions. But before I get to that, let me get to Chester's real quick. Last question. Favorite horror movie from any decade? For me, it was Halloween 1978. So it's pretty much in a way you're asking me what my favorite horror movie is. I'll go ahead and say it again. The Conjuring, just because of the fact that this movie means more to me than you all can possibly imagine. This movie right here made me the horror fan that I am today. And not only that, without this movie, I wouldn't have a best friend in Brad. I wouldn't really have the best friends that I have developed within the horror community. But more than anything, I wouldn't have been able to meet each and every single one of you watching this stream right now in the chat, watching after the fact, watching it a month from now, 6 months, a year, 5 years from now. If you're watching this, from 5 years, hey, how are you doing? I see you. But this movie really means more to me than anything, because this is the movie that really showed me that a horror movie can tell such an amazing story with amazing characters versus just focusing on blood and guts and gore and all that kinds of jazz. So this movie right here, The Conjuring, is my favorite horror movie of all time. Hopefully I answered that question correctly there, Chester. Let's see here. Yes, Courtney, I saw that. Pretty much I call Ralph Ensign. I pretty much call him the twin of Wade Barrett from WWE, because literally they sound the same and they legitimately look the same. Maybe Wade Barrett's a little bit more buffer than Ralph, but Ralph pretty much looks and sounds exactly like Wade Barrett from WWE. It's kind of freaking crazy. Let's see here. Oh, Ben! Ouch, man! Hell, it's gonna be a blasty blast winning those friggin' national championships in that video game. But hey, hopefully, maybe one day in the real lifetime, I get to experience a national championship with Tennessee as an actual grown adult fan. Hopefully. But that was a good little dig there, Ben. I appreciate that. Let's see here. All right. Let me get Holly's question. She hasn't asked the second question yet. Did you watch horror movies when you were younger? My first horror movie experience was Friday the 13th, Part 6 at 5 years old. Holly, this is the part where I get to shamefully admit on here that when I was a kid, I was a fucking pussy when it came to horror movies. I did not want to see them. I didn't want to watch them. I didn't want to even touch the VHS or the artwork. I didn't want nothing to do with horror movies at all, because I was such a wuss back then. Almost was during my teens and my younger adulthood when it came to horror movies. It was finally when Brad just started to shove horror movies down my throat, and I'm like, fine, we'll just watch them. And they weren't very successful. Then when I gave Brad one more chance, and it was actually his last chance film to impress me with horror movies. The Conjuring again. This is again why this movie means so much to me. This was the last movie Brad picked to try to win me over as a new horror fan. And guess what? he finally succeeded. So to answer your question, Holly, no, I did not touch horror movies when I was little. I really got into them around, I would say 2014, 2016 is when I was just trying to get like just slowly introduced to him. But it was like in 2018, I was really a full-blown horror fan during that time. Let's see here. And Chester, buddy, you have a good night too. We're about to wrap it up here. I'm going to answer these 3 questions and I'll get you all on out of here. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Just going in solo. You guys make this stream so much easier solo. And I also appreciate YouTubers when they do things solo because I'm so used to doing it with Brad. It's easy to play off him and him to play off me. So it feels really weird to go solo, but you guys make it so easy and I appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Raymond says, how did you and Chad meet? I know it was in school, but what happened? Actually, no, I haven't. I met Chad for this YouTube adventure. I think it was like a random stream where he just popped out of nowhere, and that's where I got to know him. I mainly got to know him and Chris from Movie Misfits. This is a shout out to one of your very old shows right there, Keeping It Real, where it used to be Chris, Destiny, and Chad. And that's where I got to mainly got to know Chad a lot better and got to meet Chad. I got to know him more on a personal level, and now he is now absolutely one of my very good friends. Not only just in the YouTube community, but in real life as well. Chad's always been there for me, especially during the down days. So Chad, as much shit as I give you, and you give as much shit as you give me, you're still my boy. And that's a follow-up question to how did I meet Brad? I know he was in school. Yes, I definitely met Brad in elementary school. And we weren't really tied or we were just like acquaintances at that point. Like he knew me and I knew him. And then it was around high school where we became we became friends because he played football and I was the manager for the football team, and we got to know each other just a little bit better. But it was freshman year in college. That's when he invited me over to watch WrestleMania 26 because I didn't know he was a wrestling fan because I'm a big time wrestling fan. So I went over to his dorm to watch WrestleMania 26, and that's where our and that's how we became really good friends, and that's how we became best friends. And Brad's definitely one of my best friends. Definitely one of my best friends, and I could not see to do this YouTube journey with anybody but him. So Brad, hopefully you listening to this. I gave you a rare comment on stream. No, I'm kidding. But Brad, thank you so much, buddy, for being one of my best friends and sharing this YouTube journey with you. I meant Brad and put chat. Oh, okay. Well, hey, gave you a bonus answer right there. And wow, that was such a throwback. Keeping it real. Threw my back out. Man, I did. Man, I know, man. I didn't mean to do that to your back. Hopefully, put some ice on it. And Keeping It Real, how I discovered all of you. Hey, see, Chris, Destiny Chad, that show really did make an impact. I'm just sorry that everything happened the way that it did. Things got it, or just life got in the way, and just decisions had to be made. But Keeping It Real was a great show back then. Absolutely, it was. And then we'll go ahead. Atanis, you get the last question. What's a horror movie that surprised you? Man, you're really making me think on this last question here, buddy. Got it. Crawl from 2019. And here's why. Because me and my brother wanted to do a double feature with Spider-Man Far From Home, which is the second Tom Holland Spider-Man. But we decided to, hey, balloons, hey, hooray. But we wanted to add another movie to it. And we saw this poster of an alligator called Crawl. And we're like, I saw the trailer and I thought it looked okay. So, it's a good little warm up before watching Spider-Man on the big screen and watch Spider-Man kick Mysterio's ass. So me and my brother watched this movie Crawl, and to my surprisement, it was freaking awesome. Like, I give the movie a 4.5 out of 5. I love absolutely what they did with the characters. I love the setting, and I definitely love the look of the crocodiles, doing a great job keeping the CGI alligators, crocodiles, or as Snoop Dogg says, "Oh my god, that's a crocodile." Whatever you want to call it, just a gator. I'm just going to call it a gator. And hiding the CGI gators in the shadows to making them look more real in the shadows without overexposing them, the CGI to them, really impressed the hell out of me. And the gator violence was fantastic. Everything about this movie, Crawl, was absolutely fantastic to me. And it was the horror movie that really, truly surprised me with how really damn good it is. Let's see here. Raymond found us with the Slaughter Lamb. Yeah, Frank and Darren doing great things over there on their channel, kicking ass and taking names, and they're all out of ass. So damn it, Frank, find more ass. But no, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. All right, that was all the questions that I got right there. We've been going close to an hour and a half, so I think this is a good time to pause this. You know what, Hollies? Atanis, please forgive me. I did promise you that you were my last question, but Holly had to bring my freaking Kansas City Chiefs here. She had to bring my Kansas City Chiefs into this, and as a Kansas City fan, I absolutely have to answer anything Kansas City. Which, Holly, real quick, don't go anywhere. I want to introduce you to somebody that I got over my mini vacation. Holly, meet my little homie. Meet my little homie, Patrick Mahomes Funko Pop right here. I actually found him, and I was so stoked for the price that he was selling at, and I bought him immediately. So, my little homie, you can hang out right here until the stream's over, big guy. Go win us that 3-peat. But, Holly, Ashton, fuck you, buddy. I knew you would have some smart ass comment. I was waiting for it, Ashton. But Ashton, you're my boy. Holly, how did you choose the Kansas City Chiefs as your favorite football team? For my hubby, it was Joe Montana. Or do you mean Joe Montana? I always get mixed between Joe Montana and Joe Montana. Going to them back in the day. Holly, just to be honest with you, as a kid, which I know Kyle already made fun of Florida State already, but it was legit Florida State's theme of the Tomahawk Chop doing this. And me, as a little kid, thought that was the coolest crap ever. And to see a professional football team do it with the Tomahawk Chop, I was bought in since that day with Trent Green, Pierce Holmes, Jamal Charles. But I did take a break from Kansas City, and then that's during my time as a teen as being a bandwagon fan, which I'm not afraid to admit. I was a bandwagon fan during my teenage years. And then that's when Brad had to talk with me like, dude, you got to pick one team. Right now, pick one team. You have to support them for the rest of your life, who you're going with. And I went, well, let's go with what really got me started all this time was the Kansas City Chiefs. And it was also mainly, too, that Eric Berry, who played at the University of Tennessee, got drafted because Eric Berry is one of my favorite Tennessee fall fans of all time. So that's why I supported the Kansas City Chiefs again, and I'm glad I did because, man, don't we have a freaking franchise going right now. So, Holly, great question. And yes, Raymond, the Atlanta Braves, and I am a Braves fan for that too, with that simple Tomahawk Chop. And Thomas says, have a good night, Brett. I found your channel through Fachi Cinema channel on the stream when you all watch Willy's Wonderland. And dude, we appreciate you decide to hop on the good real train and to support us and being a good supporter of the channel. So appreciate that, Thomas. So yes, let's go ahead and end this stream officially. What's coming up on the channel, you may ask? Well, again, personal project of mine. My 14 days of new horror films, which starting May the 13th for 14 straight days. I'm going to be watching new horror movies picked by some of these guest pickers here. And then after the 14 days, I'll rank them from the worst to the best. Damn, that's just sound like Sean Chandler right there. And then if you have not seen or heard this episode already, we have introduced our new podcast called Real Talk, where we bring on special YouTube content creators or anybody that me and Brad really want to have a real conversation with. We bring them on. We recently did the episode with That Horror Couple, and that was such a great episode. Again, if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or even Podbean, if you're familiar with the Podbean podcast kind of like website. And then what's the next episode of Real Talk? We're still going to try to schedule an interview. We were supposed to do it tonight, but since Brad was under the weather, we had to reschedule the interview. We're going to bring Garrett from Born to Be Rad on Real Talk to represent episode 2 of the show, so we get to know about the Rad one and why does he love the 80s so much. We'll get to dive into that in the future. Coming up on the channel for pre-recorded content, we're bringing back one of our channel favorites from the fans of our channel, Slash It Out. This is where we have 2 movies, go right at it, and we pick up which movie is the best. And Brad picked this matchup because he's been on a Stephen King flick or a book read marathon as of late, and he read Pet Sematary. So he's like, why not do Slash It Out? Pet Sematary, the original, versus Pet Sematary, the remake. And I believe that pre-recorded video is going to drop next week as of right now. And then live stream content next Thursday, we're going to be doing the Tarantino ranking. We will be ranking all of Tarantino's films, and we're going to bring on special guest Chad Sumner to do that. That would be next Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And then we were supposed to do this stream today, but since Brad was under the weather, we decided to move it. We're either going to move it 2 weeks from now, or it depends. We might actually move it to this Saturday, hopefully to know an official answer. And we will get back to you all on that. We'll definitely let you know by tomorrow when this stream is going to be, because this is definitely a stream you absolutely do not want to miss. And then from Chester earlier, May the 26th at noon Eastern Time, me and Destiny are back at it again. We will actually come back from the dead and to do a Back from the Dead episode for May 2024, where we talk about the horror movie anniversaries that came out in the month of May in the integrals of 5. Representing this year, all these episodes for this year will be representing years that end in 9 and 4. So again, May the 26th at noon Eastern Time. All right, let's see here. A podcast? You guys should have the Slumber Party Massacre podcast on. They are so much fun. No, I'm definitely going to write that down, Holly. And if y'all got suggestions on who we should bring on for Real Talk, please let us know. We are always looking at it of like who we need to bring on in the future. So if you got recommendations, I would be happy to look at those recommendations. But till then, thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to close it out here. You all been a great questions, great call-ins, great all-around stream. You guys make this stream so much fun and more importantly, so much easy on me, and I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle on out here, and I will see you all for the next live stream. And we will be sure to let you know when that is, and I guess I'll see you all later.